Welcome back to Alyssa's Movie Takes. If you are new to the channel, I'm glad you're here. I do movie reviews and think pieces on TV shows as well, especially The Chosen. So tonight we have my reaction to season 3, episode 4, which is the first of a two-part episode. So in true good TV fashion, we had a great cliffhanger at the end. We had a wonderful opening. That was probably the best opening I've seen in The Chosen. It was just so good how they portray the two by two disciples going out into the world and performing the signs and preaching the gospel the same way that Jesus had been. And one of my favorite moments is Z wrestling this guy who's possessed to the ground. And then you just see Matthew a little hesitantly throwing some anointing oil on him. And then with the wave of his hand, doesn't leave the oil, it more leaves with the hand, Matthew taking authority. And then that moment of experience of trying it, he was able to have the confidence as he's teaching the family that they had of the family that he had just healed. It was beautiful. It was such a good opening. They did it without dialogue for the most part, just like last year in episode 4, they did a lot of the storytelling without dialogue as well. Music, the camera angles, the facial expressions, all so good. So we have probably, I'm guessing it's a pregnancy with Eden. It seemed like it took them most of the episode for her to be able to tell Simon something important, and we didn't get to that yet. And next week we're gonna see a very famous two stories which are tied together: the woman with the issue of blood and Jairus's daughter. We get the setup here, we get to meet those characters. And one thing I noticed, and I'm sure my Catholic friends noticed this faster, is that they named the woman with the issue of blood Veronica, which is significant because Veronica may show up at the cross. She may be one of the women at the cross doing a significant role. And if you know what that is, you can say it in the comments, but I'm not going to spoil that here. I was intrigued the whole episode. I thought even the debrief, right, the post ministry debrief, where they had been able to try stuff for the first time, and Dallas pointed this out in the live stream, that this was really a one-off. Like, Jesus gives them this chance to try, and then they don't really, as far as we know, try again until after the resurrection. So you can see that they're still a little frustrated because they're lacking understanding, especially Big James. And I like that, but that's not going to change before the resurrection. So we might see a lot more of that, because really a lot of the disciples' understanding comes after Jesus dies. So in the meantime, they're seeing all these things, but they don't have all the pieces to put them together yet. Especially they're missing the one big piece that Jesus is going to die and rise again. Like, they're missing that piece. So that without that, they are lacking a big part of the story, that they may not understand everything that's going on. The woman with the issue of blood, I think for many people, is one of their favorite stories in the Bible. She's just so desperate. And you see that, her despair, her rejection, her inability to get married, her inability to connect with her family. All of it was just really well played out for a two-part episode. And I'm looking forward to next week very much. Slightly frustrated that I have to, wait a week because they gave us a good cliffhanger, but it is what it is. So that's my take on The Chosen season 3, episode 4. What did you think of this week's episode? Was there any particular part that stood out to you? Let me know in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.